Welcome back. It has been 20 years now since Hurricane Katrina changed the Gulf Coast and Houston and the nation forever.
Yeah, as New Orleans faced catastrophic flooding and mass displacement, Houston became a beacon of hope. I sat down with former Harris County Judge Robert Eckels to reflect on our city's extraordinary response.
In late August 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed into Louisiana, breaching levees and flooding entire neighborhoods. As the crisis escalated, tens of thousands of residents were forced to flee, and Houston became a lifeline. Under the leadership of then Harris County Judge Robert Eckels, the city transformed the Astrodome into a massive emergency shelter, welcoming evacuees from the chaos of the Superdome in New Orleans.
We'd worked with Jack Colley, who was the director of emergency management for the Governor Perry at the time, and had planned to make the Astrodome a facility for maybe 2,500 people to evacuate for it. So it was not something that we had not anticipated that would happen in Houston, but it was something, the scale of which we could never have dreamed of.
That scale became clear in the early morning hours when Judge Eckels received a call from the governor's office.
Remember that shelter we talked about, 2,500? Well, we need to make it 27,500.
The Office of Emergency Management was activated, and within just 14 hours, the Astrodome was ready. Food service teams, emergency personnel, and volunteers all mobilized to meet the overwhelming need.
The miracle was not really that we got it up in 14 hours, because we did. We were ready to roll in 14 hours with the crowd coming in. But it was the way the process unfolded and how we were able to take care of folks.
The first buses arrived carrying evacuees who had endured days of scarcity and fear.
They were like grabbing the food and putting it in their bags, and they were coming from an environment that was so scarce and so stressful on them. It was just, we were a whole different world than they were used to in New Orleans.
The operation expanded beyond the dome into adjacent facilities, including Reliance Center, offering not just shelter, but medical care, food, and a sense of safety. The same teams that catered football games were now feeding families in crisis.
We didn't really know what to expect here, though.
Yep.
And it was very heartwarming to see these folks get engaged in the shelter operations themselves.
City, county, and state officials, along with the business community, all working together for the greater good.
The experience was in place, and we had a level of trust between Bill White, Rick Perry, and myself that we would all perform and do what we needed to do and make it happen.
These are people from different sides of the aisle.
Sure, and Bill White had already announced he was running for governor against Rick Perry, but there's a time for those kind of political fights and a time to work together to make things happen.
The spirit of collaboration would extend well beyond shelters. Houston's response became a national symbol of compassion and coordination.
And I think more than anything, it was the city beyond the Astrodome itself and the shelter operations that we did or that Mayor White did at the city, was the way the city of Houston embraced people coming in. I had folks coming up to me saying that they pulled up to the gas pump with Louisiana tags and somebody else would buy their gas for them, that kind of thing. So it was a chance for our city really to shine and be a shock absorber for that group as they came in.
And for those who lived it, like Judge Eckels, it's a reminder of what communities can achieve when they come together.